Believe it or not, my friendship with James and Karen dates back to the 1960s. Don't we look great for our age? But really, it does. Ray and my mom, Jody, and Tony and my dad, Chaz, were classmates in Little Falls and West Patterson as grammar school students. It was years later at Passaic Valley High School that these four became a dynamic quad. The Damiano boys and I have long heard about the good old days when the couples would double date in style in the Ruts Hut parking lot. And though we would roll our eyes and smile, we knew it was during those times that the foundation of two beautiful friendships and romances were built. These two couples thought they had it all until they each had their firstborn child. Boy, did they get lucky with James and me. Although it would have been nice for the two of us to carry the friendship into the next generation, no one could have guessed that we would grow to be the dearest of friends. Sure, we were at each other's birthday parties and graduations, but James gets the extra prize for always being there to help set up and to clean up too. I'd also like to take this moment to apologize to James for having to come to each and every one of my musical performances. James and I spent summers working at Damiano law offices and Sant'Angelo funeral home, and we found a way to have fun each and every day. No matter what the job is, James was the one I call for help. James, I'm lost. James, I have extra cupcakes. James, I'm moving. And the list goes on and on. And just when I thought James could do no more for me, he brought me Karen. Now I get two for the price of one. And we can all imagine how special Karen is if she got James to move out before turning 40. Just as it was with my mom and Tony, the two of us instantly became friends. And now it's hard to imagine Damiano life without Karen in it. She has already been there for me through good times and bad. And I look forward to carrying our friendship into the next generation. When I look at James and Karen and think about their friendship turned to romance, I am reminded of a beautiful quote that says, "Once in a while, right in the middle of an ordinary life, love gives us a fairy tale." And so a toast to wish my dear friends the stuff that fairy tales are made of: fantasy, magic, and romance. And of course, may you both live happily ever after.
James, you're going to need this later. That's an inside joke. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike, and I was James's roommate in college. I want to thank everyone here for making such a special day for James and Karen. Hasn't it been amazing so far? But more importantly, I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Damiano and Mr. and Mrs. Perry for making this day possible. There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate, the person that's going to be with them no matter what. That moment came for James 8 years ago when he met me. Welcome, Karen. Some people say James may have a little bit of a weight problem. And I used to disagree with them until the one day we were in the gym, had a great workout, and I found a Milky Way in his gym bag. He tried to convince me that it had a lot of protein in it. There's a few small reasons how I knew James and I were going to be best friends. One, the fact that a Guido from New Jersey needed me to do his hair every Thursday night before we went out. Mrs. D, I'm sorry, he was not in the library until 1 a.m. on Thursday. Two, the fact that two people could go and wash their cars and then have to reward themselves with not only one, but two extra large buffalo chicken pizzas. Three, and I have to thank the parents for this one. The fact that only me and James are the only two people that I know that could bring up a $1,200 grocery bill the day we moved in together. It was all smart boys.
All smart boy.
Fourth and finally, the fact that James, the beloved James, is the only one that I know that could get me to go spray tanning and come out looking like Denzel Washington. There is one story about James that I'd like to share with all of you that always makes me laugh. We were halfway through James's senior year. It's going phenomenal. We're both in our room writing papers. James is about halfway done. James looks over at me and says, Mike, would you mind if I use your printer? I said to him, sure, James. Well, why do you need to use my printer? He goes to me, I haven't hooked mine up yet. I haven't needed it. I said, okay, good deal. I can understand that. So we go over to my computer, we hit print, paper comes out, it looks like this, it's blank. Okay? I look at him, he looks at me. Maybe it was a technical thing, we don't know. We hit it again, okay? Again, people, the paper was blank, all right? Long story short, not only had he not hooked up his printer yet, it had been so long since I used mine, it had dried up. Let's give it up for the main man, James, right here. I'm not done, sit down. The type of person that James is in my eyes is intelligent, outgoing. What else do you have? Funny, and has a personality that can light up an entire room. And I view James not only as my best friend, but as my brother. Karen, you look amazing and gorgeous, and you're officially off the market. I always told James how amazing you were, and that he should never let you go. Bet you're glad to take my advice. Now that you are one, my wish for you both is health, happiness, and never-ending love for one another. I would like all of us to raise a glass. And if everybody would please repeat after me. To love.
To love.
To laughter.
To laughter.
To happy ever after.
To happy ever after.
And James, from me, may all your ups and downs from here on out be underneath the sheets.
Come on, give him a round of applause.
Here comes the Canadian.
Good evening, everyone. Is anybody nervous? Welcome to my brother's big day. I must say it was particularly nice of Zach to finally dress up for once. Zach, thanks for dressing up. Everyone knows why we're here, for a very special reason. Open bar! I do feel slightly on trial today, because James told me if I do a good job here, that I could be the best man in his next wedding, too. I went to the internet. I searched for hours and hours, and I found some really good stuff. I mean, fantastic stuff. Then I remembered I should probably be looking for speech ideas. As I look around, I must say how beautiful all of you look tonight, especially the bridesmaids. Only to be outshined by the gorgeous bride, my new sister Karen. And guys, I'm sure you'll agree with me that another stunning woman has left the available list. And ladies, I'm sure you will agree with me, today has passed by for all of you without much of a loss. James was born on September 27, 1986. And I did all kinds of research to try and link his birthday to some major world event. But it seems nothing else happened that day. That's why I don't understand why the hospital staff still refers to that day as Ugly Wednesday. And I wouldn't go on to say that James was ugly when he was a baby, but my mom has told me that she only suffered from morning sickness after he was born. That in first grade, James was different from all the 7-year-old
You warned
kids.
him.
He was 13. He was 6 feet tall and 250 pounds, and has remained that size from that day on. This brings me to my next point. James, looking pretty good. Slim down a little? As most of us know, James used to eat a lot. Not that he still doesn't, but he stoned it down a little. Inside James, there was always a thin person struggling to get out. But he usually could sedate that thin guy with 4 or 5 oatmeal cream pies. James has a big heart and the stomach to match. However, this is one of the major reasons why I know James loves Karen. He now juices for Karen. He makes him lunch, as in sticking some fruits and vegetables in a blender, and serves it to him chilled in a non-sweat cup to bring to the office. Never did I think I'd see the day that James gets cut off at the dinner table by Karen. James whispering, "Come on, babe, one more." Back in the day, if we were to cut him off at the table, we'd lose a hand in the process. It's crazy to think what his love for Karen can do. Speaking of Karen, I'm not sure if it's a guy thing or just me and my friends, but when one of us introduces a girl to the other, there's a rule that you can't immediately like someone that your buddy's dating. And we all crack jokes for the first week. Now, we knew Karen for a long time, and she would come over when they were younger, but we didn't know Karen as in a girlfriend sense. So when James first introduced me to Karen and said she was his girlfriend, I thought 2 things. First, wow, she's pretty hot. My second thought, I wonder what's wrong with her. In the next few years, I found out that not only is Karen a beautiful woman and a great person, but she has very poor judgment. Anyone that has put up with James and his rear-end blowouts for this long deserves my blessing. Growing up, James and I were somewhat opposites in the way we acted. James was smart and driven. I was the funny goofball. He was always pretty outgoing. I was, and still am, incredibly good-looking. I'm not sure I'm the best person to dish out advice, but I do have the following words of wisdom for our crew. Set the ground rules and establish who the boss is. Then do everything Karen says. Now a little bit of wisdom for you, Karen. Remember that love is 1,000 miles long. It just comes in 4.5-inch installments. Is like fine wine. They all start out like grapes, and it's your job to stomp on them in the dark until they mature into something you'd like to have dinner with. On the other hand, James, women are also like fine wine. They start off fresh, fruity, intoxicating for the mind, and then they turn full-bodied with age until they go all sour and vinegary and give you a massive headache. Let me tell you how lucky you are, James. You will leave here today with a wife that is loving, warm, and caring. A wife who is kind and radiates beauty wherever she goes. And Karen, how lucky you are that you leave today with a gorgeous dress and a lovely bouquet of flowers. Now I want to read a couple of messages from people who could not be here tonight. Mom said that these cards came in just this morning. To James, I am so sorry I could not make it. I love you and wish you and Karen the best. I cannot wait to see all the pictures. Love, G. Ma Bayless. To James, we're sorry we couldn't make your special day. We thought it would be too emotional losing a guy such as you. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Winky face, from all the girls at Stilettos. Now, I know everyone is jealous of me because I've managed to stay single all these years, but looking at these two, not just today, but every day, whether they're sitting on the couch in our basement or out and about with other couples, I can tell how much they mean to each other, how much they enjoy each other's company, and how much they love each other, and that gives me hope. And I hope one day I can find someone special to enjoy my time with like you two have. Now, on a side note, if there are any single ladies here tonight who would like to give me a jump start on finding someone special, I will welcome you with open arms. I'd like to raise a toast. All right, in all seriousness, even though throughout the years we haven't had too many serious moments, I want to thank James and Karen for allowing me the privilege of being their best man. And I wish my brother James and my new sister Karen all the happiness they deserve. I say this to the two of you as I stand here as only a pretty good man, because James, you are truly the best man here tonight. Cheers.
Cheers.